metrics, that usually leads into a conversation about data. And I would like to just submit to you that I believe that, big data, even though it gets all the spotlight, it's not quite enough. In order to really get the value out of the big data, the right perspective needs to be applied. And let me give you an example. This is more of a kind of a figurative example, but before you, I've got a big pile of data, right? And if you were to look at this data without any sort of perspective, how would you know how to pick out what's really important? Well, if I begin to do things like this, you might be a little bit easier to see what happens to be important in this data. And if I do this, it becomes even a little bit more easier to understand. So when we think about looking at data, we need to be thinking about how do we find the right tools that will give us the proper perspective so that we can gain the insights we need to be able to make intelligent decisions. So let me move from this kind of figurative example to a more concrete example, one that perhaps many of you have faced. This is a real scenario that I was presented with where I walked into a client scenario and they said, our revenue is down 16% year over year and we can't figure out why. So what do we need to do? And so if we just look at the data here without the proper perspective, we might be able to kind of throw out some different ideas, some different strategies that, we may be off, we may not be right. So let me take a little bit of a detour. We'll come back to this problem in just a minute, but I want to take you on a brief journey through time. So the year was November 5th, 1955.